Boys League, episode 48. Jet looking mega sun-kissed. Looking good. Don't know the logo, but looks like an elite water bottle. Tigers hat from Ty. We will be talking a lot of Tigers tonight. Pistons as well, finally. Ty, staying hydrated. We love to see it.
Always.
What's the logo? Is that a golf club?
Yeah.
The logo on that water bottle?
Yeah, it's Brook Hollow. Yeah.
Good. Sounds
down
fancy.
here in Dallas, Texas.
Sounds fancy.
I do want to say before we
right.
start, I just noticed it when I was grabbing those water bottles. I did suffer an injury this morning in the gym. So if my right arm seems a little slow today, that would be why. Something happened in the elbow. So hopefully
curling like 80s.
Something 85s, yeah. And I just no stretching. Something popped. So
yeah,
a little banged up.
Terrible. All right, well, Ty is potentially on the IR. This is a little bit like my Jordan flu game. I am not feeling well tonight, but we have a lot to talk about. So
and
we had
Jet
to do this.
sunburnt.
And Jet sunburnt.
I will say, in 48 episodes, I think you've had 3 Jordan flu games now.
I was gonna say.
My immune system sucks. Hey, and they have been the best episodes. It brings the best out of me.
I think we hit 10+ viewers on your flu games.
Yeah. We get north of 20 views when I'm on my Jordan flu game. So, no, I'm pumped for the sports talk tonight because we have been like for the last 6 months. It's been nothing but Lions and NFL talk, college football talk for the most part. Football season is done. Good riddance. I am done with the NFL. That was an atrocious season as a Lions fan. So we get to talk Tigers. We get to talk Pistons. And there is a lot to get into with those two teams. But we got to start where we always start. In Ty.
Call me asparagus.
Throw us the trivia question.
Got a good one. This is going to be Jet versus Adam here, okay? I'm going to give you guys a question, and whoever gets closer is the winner, okay? It's a good question. All right? Okay. How many total career rushing yards did Adrian Peterson have after leaving Minnesota?
2,700.
That was a quick answer. Very quick answer.
After leaving Minnesota.
Yep.
I am going to say 1,800.
Both
You have
final?
1,000 with the Lions.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
I'm gonna. I know.
You can
I
even
said
say
it.
final.
I said it. I'm gonna stick with it, even if I sound like an idiot. 1,800
18
yards.
and 27 finals.
Yeah.
Final.
The correct answer is 3,171. Hardly, not even close. Not even close. I mean, take out the Lions season, and you win by a thin margin.
That just goes to show how much of a tank he was, because he only played what?
Oh, he played a while. His last
4 or
season
5
Minnesota-
seasons.
No, he played a while after, but it was a lot of like jumping around and like little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta remember he played for the Saints.
Played
Played
4
for the
games in New Orleans.
Lions.
He played 4
And
games in
then-
New Orleans and 6 in Arizona in the same season.
Cardinals,
then
yeah.
went to Washington for a whole season.
Cardinals.
Then Detroit for a whole season. Then Tennessee for 3 games. Seattle for 1. And retired.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had
yeah,
11
that just
yards
goes
in
to
Seattle.
show how
He
good
played
AP
one game.
was.
Andy went
1
back.
game for 11 yards.
Andy beat his kid, something like
I
that.
was going to say that.
I'm not gonna lie, that always blows my mind how the NFL can suspend you for beating your kid. None of their damn
that's-
business.
That is true.
Completely
It's
agree.
disciplining. I got hit. Maybe the
I
man
got
I am.
whooped growing up. Jack,
I bogeyed a hole once, and that was no good.
End of the line. All right,
So,
that was
yeah.
a good question, Ty. You came.
Thank you.
Came with a good one.
Thank you,
That
thank you.
was I wasn't even close. I was about half. I said 1,800. He ended up with what? 30. You said 31.
3171. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out AP. He was a beast.
Shout out AP.
That just goes to show how good he really was.
How good the backs were in that era too. There was a million of them.
Yeah.
That era was loaded.
Unbelievable. All right, shout out AP. And I actually, I remember that AP season with the Lions. I forgot he went for 1,000 with the Lions, though. So,
yeah,
wild. All right, let's get into the topic of the hour.
Wait, wrong.
Let's go.
Who's wrong?
He didn't go,
What's wrong?
He didn't go for 1,000 to the Lions. On the ground, he didn't. Maybe all purpose.
But
rushing, he was at 604. But
What?
Yeah, okay. Jack got fact checked.
Washington
Oh,
went
I
for
did.
1,000 in 2018.
Oh, maybe that
Fake
was
news. Okay.
Yeah. But great idea. All right, go ahead.
All right, let's get into it. We haven't talked Detroit Tigers baseball on here in a long time. Ty, appreciate you wearing the hat. Jet, you also got a Tigers hat on. A very special Tigers hat. And Jet, I think if people have been listening to this podcast for a while, they know Jet is not the biggest fan of the Detroit Tigers. So we are going to kick it off with you tonight. Over the last week, Tarek Skubal wins his arbitration, so they're paying him $32 million. Then they go out and sign Valdez, the lefty from Houston. He's a dog. He would be an ace on most teams in the league. He'll be our number 2. And then they go out and they sign Justin Verlander, JV. He's back in Detroit. One final year. He's going to finish his career here. 1 year, $13 million. They're only paying him 2 this year, and then the $11 million remaining is deferred out to 2030. So he cost them essentially nothing this year. Jet, kick us off. Is this enough? Have they done enough to bring you back into the fold? Are you a Tigers fan?
I know a lot of my fans listen to this podcast, and they may be wondering, and you can break this down for us, Adam. What's the deal with arbitration? What was that about?
Okay. I will try to break this down as simple as I can. And I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. It's some legal BS, but baseball is the only sport that does this. Okay, so Tarek Skubal is on his first major league contract with the Tigers. Now, a year before he goes to free agency, there is a negotiating period on the final year of this contract, like his if you want to call it like a rookie contract, like his first contract with the Tigers. There's 1 year left on that, and they have to come to the negotiating table to figure out what the Tigers are going to pay Skubal. So usually it doesn't get to arbitration. Usually it's the agent works with the team, they get it figured out, and it's not just rookie scale contracts. By the way, I believe it's all contracts might have this in there, but baseball is the only sport that does this. So essentially what happened here was the Tigers and Scott Boras needed to sit down, come up with a number that's fair for both parties, agree on it. That's what Tarek Skubal will be making this season. They were so far apart on their number that Boras said, we'll take it to arbitration. Arbitration is a group of lawyers that probably aren't baseball fans that sit in a room, hear a legal case from Scott Boras and Tarek Skubal on why they think Skubal should make $32 million. Hear the case from the Tigers on why they think they should only have to pay Skubal $19 million. Then they leave. The lawyers come together and decide who wins, and they have to pick. They can't pick anywhere in the middle. They have to pick one side. Who wins? So the Tigers shot themselves in the foot by absolutely lowballing Skubal, coming in at $19 million. Boras asked for $32 million, which is the most ever asked for in an arbitration. But it's insane that this even gets to arbitration. If the Tigers offer 22, 23, they probably win. They probably win that arbitration. They offered 19. He's the back-to-back Cy Young winner. His arguments obviously won the day. Tigers lose, they have to pay him $32 million. It's wild. Baseball is a weird sport.
And I knew that, but the chat said thank you for explaining that Shout out,
Yeah,
Chad.
no, I'm saying thank you. Thank you. I'm not a baseball guy.
Yeah, I mean, JV, what a legend, first of all. I'll start off with saying that. Justin Verlander, he's my Tiger. He's the OG Scooball.
He is.
He's washed. What? How many games?
Is
How
he?
many? I don't even want to say how many games did he pitch last year. How many innings did he pitch last year? That's a question that I'm actually asking right now. How many games did Justin Verlander, or how many innings did Justin Verlander pitch last year? And I'm asking ChatGPT for the chat.
Okay, I was gonna say because I can pull his stats up here. Because I was gonna dive into his stats, but let's see how many innings he pitched.
ChatGPT's so bad with sports facts, so I doubt this even works.
Yeah, it's probably not even right.
All right, let's go to 2025, and let's see how many innings pitched. 152. It's a full season. He pitched full season. 152. And you know what? I'm going to jump ahead. I was going to wait, let you guys talk, and then I was going to come to the table with some stats, but Jed just said some things, so we got to set the record straight here, okay? He was in the rotation for the Giants last year. He pitched 58 innings, 52, something like that. He was awful in the first couple months of the season, and you kind of got the feeling that this is it for JV. Down the stretch after the All-Star break last year, JV was not just good, he was great. In September, the last month of the season, he had a 2.08 ERA, which his stretch down the last month of the season took him to a sub-4 ERA for the entirety of the season. But JV down the stretch, the last month of the season last year was, I'm not going to say elite, but he was great on the mound. And he had more games last year going past the 7th inning than Tarek Skubal. I'm 99% sure on that. I'm going to have to go back to that. I'm 99% sure he went deeper into games than Tarek Skubal did on average. So, take that back. Not on average, because he would get clobbered in the first couple innings at the beginning of the season. But I'm just like he's still got some gas in the tank, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, it's good intel.
Yeah, 42 years old is crazy, man. I mean, he's LeBron's 42 though.
True.
Is Justin Verlander the LeBron James of Tarek Skubals?
Yeah, that's the question we need to be asking. And also, we should have more than 20 listeners to this podcast because our baseball knowledge is elite.
It's so good.
And I will say that I did not expect to be the second most knowledgeable about baseball on this pod.
Yeah, it's
But
not good.
no, listeners, plug your ears. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the signing because even if he's not that good, he can be the glue, the veteran experience that we need to push us over. Now, sign a fucking big name hitter, please.
Yes, thank you.
Please. Our best hitter. Do we still have Gleyber Torres?
Yeah. I want to make a really funny note here. Gleyber Torres is getting paid $21 million from the Tigers next season, and the Tigers offered Tarek Skubal $19 million at arbitration. I just want to put that out there.
I mean, it's insane, and I like Gleyber Torres, but the fact that he is, I mean, going to be our best bat going into next season is crazy. Unless you want to say Riley Green, who I don't really like, but there's no
Have
real
we added
reason
a bat
behind that.
at all?
So
Or just a million arms?
we have a million arms. Let me. I watch a lot of baseball. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on baseball, but I do watch a lot of baseball. I can talk baseball.
Castellanos is available.
Let's lay. Castellanos is available. Do we bring the band back together and bring Castellanos? No, Castellanos is another dude who strikes out way too much. We have enough of those on the roster. I mean, I wouldn't hate it if you wanted to sign him, but it's not my money. But I don't know if he fits well. But okay, just taking a step back here. 2 weeks ago, I think most fans in Detroit were ready to kill the Tigers. They had done nothing. They look super cheap. The fans have been really upset with Chris Ilitch and Scott Harris. And, Chris Ilitch has been cheap. Scott Harris won't make any moves. What is going on? You have one more year of Scooble. And then out of nowhere, they just drop these bombs. I think, obviously, the fans are going to talk about the JV signing. And we're going to get to that in a second. Because I think it's a big deal. And I actually think it makes baseball sense for the Tigers. The big signing is Valdez. I mean, you signed Valdez to a 3-year deal. That is a legit number 2 in your rotation. Like I said, he would be the ace on a lot of teams in the major leagues. That's 2 dominant lefties in the rotation. And what I like about what the Tigers are doing is it's kind of like the defense wins championships mentality. The offense is still kind of ass. It still sucks. But you have a rotation. We are looking at a rotation of Scooble, Valdez, Flaherty, Casey Mize, Jackson Jobe comes back at some point. You added Justin Verlander to that. Troy Melton is probably in the pen. Are you throwing a Flaherty or a JV in the pen? Do you have a 6-man rotation because you're so deep at starting pitcher? And it's kind of the Dodger philosophy where the Dodgers have like 8 starting pitchers. That's how they have so much pitching depth. That was how they were able to be dominant in the playoffs. They also have Shohei Ohtani in an absolute dominant lineup. That's the difference between the Tigers and the Dodgers. But I love the thinking of the Tigers play in an awful division. There's not a lot of teams in the American League that really scare me outside of Toronto. And the Tigers are built now for a 7-game series where they can go toe-to-toe with the best teams in the league as far as the starting pitching rotation goes. So I love that. Now, on the offensive side, Jet, get very familiar with the name Kevin McGonigal. Have you heard the name?
I think you just made up a fake name.
Come on. This is crazy. If you're listening to this podcast and you know Tigers baseball, you're probably cracking up right now. Ty, I know you don't know that name.
I think
you don't know.
Well,
okay. Kevin McGonigal is a left-handed bat in the Tigers farm system. Depending on which rankings you look at, he's going to be 1 or 2 in the entirety of the MLB farm system. He's going to be ranked 1 or 2. He has been so unbelievably dominant. His numbers at the plate in the minors are comparable to Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, and Kyle Schwarber. That's the league that he has been in at the plate in the minors. He just went an entire season with over 1,000 OPS down in the minors. Now, does that translate to the majors? We don't know yet. But I expect him to be a Tiger on opening day. I would like for him to be a Tiger on opening day. He could bring some spark to that offense. Can Riley Green take a step forward? Can we chill on the strikeouts? Can Torque take another step forward? Can Parker Meadows get back to the player that he was in 2024? If some of these things happen, I can see the offense being competent enough to win a lot of baseball games and be competitive in the playoffs. And with that pitching staff, I feel really good about this Tigers team.
What I'm going to say to that is, A, Kevin McGonigal sounds like a name that you would make up and ask me if they're an actual player. So I may have to get a McGonigal jersey. But also, the way you're talking about him gives me PTSD to the way that people talked about Spencer Torkelson.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
Oh, this top prospect in baseball. We got the number 1 overall pick. Dude's been slightly above average.
Yeah, he's been about average. But what I will say this, though, McGonagall's having a much better track in the minors, especially at the plate, than Torkelson did. So I'm just saying, get familiar with that name. Also get familiar with the name Max Clark. I don't think he's up as early as McGonagall, but I do think he will be a Tiger by the All-Star break. Ty, do those names mean anything to you? What are your thoughts on Verlander coming back?
Well, what was his name? Lewis Clark?
Yeah.
Lewis and Clark, Max Clark, and Kevin McGonagall.
Got it. Both white, I'm assuming?
Yes, both white.
Got it. I'll write those names down. That's all. I mean, I got nothing on this. This is totally you guys' segment.
Goodness.
I can't watch
Right.
in Texas. I can't watch baseball down here.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, to the baseball fans out there, I'm sorry, but that's fine. We're excited. From a fan standpoint, you guys are
We have
excited.
arms. I know that. I follow
Yes.
it. I just don't like. I don't follow the farm system. Never was a baseball. Never played in my life. It's not who I am as a man. Now, give me in October. I'd love to watch some playoff ball. The 20 million games they played before that at noon on Tuesdays, don't catch those often. But I still get the noties. Still pulling for my boys. Still repping the hat. Halfway there.
One last thing I do want to say. If the Tigers are bad this year, and if Scooball goes elsewhere, which he's going to, and they're bad this year, I'll say bad meaning we don't win a playoff series, I'm going to be a Texas Rangers fan.
Whoa. Because Cade bought a minority?
That's
I
my
was going
dog.
to say, I know why you're saying that. And that is going to be a great segue. In a second, we're getting over to
Sorry.
Pistons.
I'm getting
talk.
ahead of myself.
No, you're not. But you're not. I was guessing that's why you brought that up, and that's fair. That is fair for you. I'm a Tigers fan. I'm always going to support the Tigers. Tarek Skubal will not be a Tiger long term, but what I will tell you is there won't be MLB baseball in 2027. Like, there's about to be the biggest lockout of all time, and they're trying to implement a salary cap. The players don't want it. People are trying to stop teams like the Dodgers doing what they're doing, and it is going to be an absolute mess. I kind of don't hate Scott Harris and the Tigers for not giving Skubal everything he wants right now, because they don't even know what the rules are going to be 2027 and beyond, and they might be in a better place to sign him once all of that gets sorted out. So I legit don't know if there's going to be a 2027 MLB season. Just FYI. So let's go win one before all that happens. Let's win the last real legit World Series before they attempt to ruin the sport.
Is this legit, though? Are we calling this legit? I think the sport's going to get a hell of a lot better.
No, I'm kidding. I actually am for a salary cap and doing all those
Okay.
things.
It's gonna say
This will be the last thing that I say on Tigers. We'll wrap it up. We'll get the Pistons. But obviously, as fans, it's really cool to have this moment. JV coming back, finishing his career in a Tigers uniform, on a team that should be contending. But what I love about it so much is I just feel like in sports, when these feel-good stories happen, they don't always make sense. And what I love about this move is it makes total sense. He is going to contribute. He's going to be in the starting rotation. He's going to pitch some big games and be in some big-time spots for this team. It just made too much sense. It's like a fairy tale. He's coming back home, and he's exactly what this rotation needed. So shout out Scott Harris, Chris Ilitch. You guys have my respect now. I've killed you for the last 2 years. The Tigers have a top 10 payroll in baseball. That's how it should be. That is how it should be. So shout out to Tigers. Go Tigers. You absolutely better win the division, and you absolutely better get to the ALCS. We will talk in the summertime. But, all right, let's switch gears. And, Jet, you brought up the Texas Rangers. Shout out Kate Cunningham. Bought a piece of the Texas Rangers today. We're going to talk a little
Detroit basketball.
So, all right, we have not, like I said, we haven't talked a lot of Tigers. We haven't talked a lot of Pistons on the pod. And I'm excited to get into this. And especially, like, the Pistons deserve a lot of love and respect. Like, I can't believe we haven't been talking about them on the pod. The Pistons are 40-13. The Pistons are half a game back from the Oklahoma City Thunder for having the best record in the NBA. What I want to talk about is we're going to start with the trade deadline. The Pistons made one move. They traded Jaden Ivey to the Bulls. In exchange, they got Dario Saric. They waived him. They got Kevin Huerter, and they got a highly protected pick from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So essentially, the way that I'm looking at it is we did a one-for-one swap, Jaden Ivey for Kevin Huerter. Ty, we're going to start with you. I want to get your thoughts on that. I know Ivy was beloved in Detroit. We loved when the Pistons drafted him.
Yep.
How sad were you to see Ivy go, but how excited are you with the addition of Kevin Huerter?
It doesn't do a thing for me. Like, just to be honest. I mean, losing Ivy sucks, but I think for the most part of the fan base, I think we saw Ivy as something that he wasn't. We saw his ceiling, which didn't really come to fruition, like, ever. He plays well. What was it, last year? Cade was out a little bit?
Yeah, he had a great start to the season last year until he snapped his leg. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was like, and then we kind of had this faith because everyone loved the draft pick, and then he played really well, but wasn't great. I mean, as the trade shows, we didn't really get anything for him. It doesn't do much for me, especially in terms of like winning a championship. It doesn't move the needle really much either way. So I don't really care much for it. I was kind of hoping we'd do something bigger, but nothing, I don't know, kind of underwhelming. We would have liked to keep him just because we like him, but again, it's not like we lost a big piece. So, I mean, nothing, whatever. No, I mean, nothing.
The Red Mamba is not moving you?
No. He has to be a 3 yet, has he? In Detroit?
He has.
Yeah.
Oh, he did finally? Okay, I knew there was like a week and a half where he didn't make one. Okay. But, what was I going to say? I forgot. What I was going to say. I had something else. But
All good. We'll keep diving into it. Jet, I want to get your opinion. Jet, to be honest, I don't know if you were ever as high on Ivy as I was. Like, I totally thought Ivy was going to be a star in the NBA, and I don't know if you were quite there, but thoughts on the Ivy trade? Does it hurt? Are you happy? Do you think, let me actually put it this way. Do you think the Pistons got better?
No. I love Jaden Ivey as a player. I don't think he was ever going to succeed with Cade Cunningham in the role we needed him to play. So I did think we had to let him go. I don't love what we got for him. Like, I think he's worth so much more than what we traded away. Obviously, Saric is nothing. Kevin Huerter is shooting 30% from 3 on the season. He's going to give us 15 to 20 minutes a game of some, I will call, lackluster minutes. I don't think we're going to be excited when the Red Mamba's checking in. And, I mean, like Ty was saying, he started 0 for 6 from 3. Like, we just need guys that are going to spread the floor. It would have been sick if, he's like just shooting lights out, but I don't see that from him. So I don't know. It definitely didn't excite me, but I know we had to get something for Ivy, so I don't know. Ivy doesn't look the best in Chicago so far. He's already
so
I was
funny.
going to say.
The 3 pump fake passes and then throwing it directly to the other team was
Off
so
the hip,
bad.
too. He was ready to sling it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was so bad. But I think Ivy will have like some late surgence in his career with a different team. I don't think it's going to be with Chicago, or he'll go to the Kings to die. Like one of those two things will happen. But yeah, I don't. The Pistons are awesome, and we didn't really want to move the young core around. So I think I am fine with it. But I don't know. I thought we could have gotten more for Ivy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was my thing is like, okay, if you take a step back and put yourself in Trajan's shoes, Ivy's up for an extension this summer. You can't extend Ivy, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not going to extend Ivy. So, chances are we were going to lose Ivy for nothing in the offseason. You got to move him. I really would have loved to get like a Luke Kennard in that deal, who's shooting 50% from three on the season. But I don't. My guess is that probably wasn't in the cards. Do I think the Herder acquisition is fair compensation for what Ivy's ceiling is? No. But what I will say is I do think for this team and what this team needs, I actually do think maybe they did get a little bit better. Can Kevin Herder, maybe a change of scenery, working with the Pistons shooting coach, maybe he can get back to that form of being a really solid 3-and-D guy in the NBA, like his years in Atlanta. He has had some really solid seasons shooting the ball, and that's what the Pistons need, is they need people who can stretch the floor, space the floor. I think it just comes down to this, is like, I love Jaden Ivey to death, but I think you guys will probably agree with me. Would you rather have, if one has to go, Asar, Ron Holland, or Ivy, who is the one that you were more willing to let go?
Yeah.
For me,
No,
it's Ivy.
100%. Yeah, 100% Ivy. 100% Ivy. I think.
It's 100% Ivy for me.
It.
Jets hesitating over there.
It depends on if I could mold Ivy to like. I just think that he kind of knows he's worth a little bit more than a role player, but I think he'd be damn near the best role player in the NBA if he knew, like, I'm coming off the bench to run second unit, and then when I am on the floor with Cade, I'm a spot-up shooter. And I just don't think that he wants to transform into that, but if he was willing to become that type of player, dude, I mean, we talked about this on the pod before, but he was shooting like 45% from three last year. And if he's going to do that and be an off-ball guard, he would be amazing fit for us. But he wants to be a ball-dominant guard, which he was in college. He was amazing at Purdue, and I think that he wants to be a slasher, getting to the rim and kicking out, and then occasionally creating his own shot for three. I would get rid of Ron Holland if that were the case. I'd never get rid of Thompson. Thompson, I think, is like an athletic freak, one of the best defenders in the NBA, just gritty young guy. But Ron Holland, I love him, and he's a great defender, but when you can't spread the floor, we need to surround Cade with shooters.
Agreed.
That's a good take.
And I think
I like that side of it.
The exciting part about Ron Holland to me is he's so young. Like, I think he's going to improve on his shooting. Is he ever going to be like a Duncan Robinson? No. But I think he could get to a point and improve on the shooting. I hope so, at least, with Ron Holland. But no. Let's talk a little bit about the actual basketball that the Pistons are playing now with the team that they have. I mean, they are electric. And what I love about them is if you turn on an NBA game in the great year of 2026, you're going to see grown men who get paid tens of millions of dollars a year, half-assing, not trying, not taking it serious. I'm talking the months of December, January, February. What I love about this Pistons team is every single time I turn the TV on to watch them play, they play hard with effort. They try. They take it serious. Cade is a superstar, not just an all-star, a superstar. Duren, I mean, who saw this jump coming from Duren? I've always been high on Duren, but I did not see this type of jump coming from Duren. Jet probably did. He's unbelievable. He's an all-star. Asar Thompson is the modern-day Tony Allen. That's a throwback. If you played 2K back in the day, you definitely know that throwback name. Lockdown defender. I actually believe Kobe said that was the hardest defender he ever faced was Tony Allen. But that is what Asar reminds me of. I think they're legit contenders. And so the question that I want to ask you guys, what what is your expectation for the Pistons this year on how they finish the season, assuming everybody stays healthy, they get into the playoffs, they're probably the 1 seed, 1 or 2 seed. How far is your expectation for them to go, and what is acceptable to you where, let's say they don't win it all, but you still walk away saying, you know what, that was still a really good season. I'm sad they lost, but I'm happy with the way they performed this year. What are your expectations? Jet, lead us off.
The expectation needs to be to win the East. Like, the East is wide open, and I hate saying that because it discredits the Pistons being the 1 seed, but it's like, dude, we have beat the Knicks by over 20 points the last 2 times we played them this year. There should be no reason why we don't absolutely have a cakewalk to the finals outside of Boston. And that depends on how Tatum's playing too, or if Tatum's back, or what his status is. I don't know. I think that it would be very disappointing an early exit in the playoffs, or even in Eastern Conference Finals, and we lose to the Knicks or we lose to the Celtics. I would be extremely disappointed, because I think the difference between winning the East this year and losing before is, it's like, damn, there's another step we have to take. It's kind of like with the Lions. Like, dude, I think our Lions would be completely different if we beat the Niners in that game and went to the Super Bowl. It's like, all right, that next step is winning the Super Bowl. No, the next step was like, don't fucking choke a lead. And what did we do? We went and we fucking lost to the Commanders. And I know this isn't football, but then it was just like this in the back of our mind. I think for this young Pistons team, it's going to be so beneficial to us if we can make the NBA Finals with this young core this year.
I love it. Ty,
Yeah, it's a good.
do you concur?
Good stuff there, Chet. Yeah. So right now, the Celtics are favored to win the East. It's relatively close. It's very close.
And that's with Tatum coming back. Tatum has not
For
played
sure.
yet
So that's
this
a
year.
big,
So
like, what if? But the interesting thing, which is massively, I think, affects it, or changes everything. Not everything, but Boston, New York, and Cleveland are all 1 game apart between the 2, 3, 4 seed. The 2 and 3 seed not needs to be, but would be fantastic if the 2 and 3 go to Boston, New York, and they play each other, and we play Cleveland in the 4 seed. I don't want to play, because New York was banged up both times we played them. And if I remember, didn't OG fry us last year in the playoffs? Like, wasn't OG better than he should have been?
Yeah, he had a couple games.
Yeah, I thought he played really well. OG wasn't there when we played them. Not saying that discredits our win at all, but New York's New York. We have to play, 2, 3, whatever games in the Garden. That's not going to be easy regardless. I don't care how bad we beat them at the regular season. I would like to avoid playing New York or Boston in the playoffs before the Eastern Conference Finals. Because if we can play Cleveland before that and then we go play winner of Boston, New York, okay, it's the first real series where it probably goes to 7. But very winnable series. Both of them, depending on how Tatum, we could crush the Celtics. But yeah, I think it's got to be you win the East. Because if things hold and Cleveland gets at 4, we are cakewalking to the final, and then we'll have a series. And just with what Asar does to Brunson, whether it's Brunson again or Tatum, a 7-game series with Asar face guarding you will have you in hell for 7 games. I mean, it'll wear them down. So if they have to go, if Boston and New York have to play each other, then go play Detroit with Asar face guarding their best player. It's tough stuff, and it's very winnable. I think you have to win the East, and then the West is absolute. I mean, the West is
that's
insane.
a different ball game. I think we can all agree.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but the East, if things hold, man, you have to win it. You have to win it.
So I agree with you guys. That's my expectation. You win the East. Now, I have maybe a little bit of a different opinion here where we got to see how it plays out. But like if you were to tell me that the Pistons get to the Eastern Conference Finals, they lose a super tight 7-game series against a healthy Celtics team with Jason Tatum. I'm probably upset about that for a couple weeks. Look back and say, you know what? This Pistons team's still really young. I didn't expect them to make it to the finals at the beginning of the year. I'm going to walk away, say it was a successful season. Here's what worries me. If I'm going to talk about like anything pessimistic and about the Pistons team, this is what worries me. So you go down, who are the contenders in the East? You've got the Pistons. You've got a superstar in Cade. Who's his running mate? Tobias? Asar? Ron Holland? Dennis Jenkins? The 2 seed, the Boston Celtics. When Tatum's back, you've got a real a Batman Robin, a duo there. In Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You go to Cleveland, you've got Donovan Mitchell and now James Harden in Cleveland. You go to New York, you've got Brunson and Cat and Mikal Bridges, like some really good role players. And so what I worry about is regular season NBA basketball is so different than playoff basketball. And that is my worry with this team is if you tell me that they don't make the NBA Finals, I'm going to say, yeah, they just didn't have enough on offense outside of Cade to get it done. You're going to have to rely on Tobias Harris opposed to, like the Celtics being able to rely on a Jaylen Brown or Cleveland being able to rely on a James Harden to hit some big shots. And so that is my worry with the Pistons. But I still think the way that they play defense, the way that they're constructed, kind of that bad boy mentality, they have enough pieces to get to the finals, and that's my expectation. You're going to have home court advantage. Go out and win the damn East. Get to the NBA Finals, and then anything can happen. I would not pick them to win the finals. You have whether it's the Thunder, whether it's the Spurs. I would welcome the Rockets, but I think it's the Thunder Spurs, right? It's one of those 2 teams, maybe Denver.
Denver is the second. I think, yeah, Denver is second in the or second favorite. They're plus 600. San Antonio's 1,300. It's quite a margin between the 2.
That's either of those 3 teams. Those are all 3 better teams than any other team they're going to face in the East. So, no, I'm with you guys. And Jet, you said it best. This is one of the reasons I was disappointed they didn't make a bigger swing at the deadline. Halliburton, out for the year. Indiana, completely out, dead. The Celtics, somehow sitting on the 2 seed line with no Tatum. But Tatum I do not expect Tatum to be his normal self when he comes back. Cleveland, are we actually scared of the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs? Like, the East is so wide open. I really wanted them to take a big swing and go for it this year. But I don't kill them for not doing it because the young core is so good. Go ahead, Jet.
Fun fact, now that I'm looking at it, the Detroit Pistons are 4th in the East by odds to win the
to win the East? Bet that.
No, to win the finals.
Oh.
Now, they are tied with the Knicks at 1,400, but Cleveland's 13 and Celtics at 1,300. So, a little disrespect, but Cleveland,
okay,
13-1. Well, interesting. Go ahead, Joe.
Don't say I will be thankful to beat any team in the playoffs, especially Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I can just see Donovan Mitchell having a Jalen Brunson type series against us like last year. So I don't really wish those demons upon us. One team to look out for that's made a late resurgence, dude, the Charlotte Hornets. And this is a segue into topic. Musa Diabate is a bitch. They are a really good team, though, with LaMelo Ball, Con Knuppel, who rookie of the year. Yeah. I mean,
he's unbelievable.
He's so good, and I think that it's partially because you have LaMelo and this insane, floor general type play with Con Knuppel, Miles Bridges, and Brandon Miller, who I don't know people forget about Brandon Miller. I say people, I forget about him sometimes.
Brandon Miller's a dog.
He's a dog who killed
He
somebody,
shot a guy.
or it was at least complicit in shooting somebody. and I mean, I feel like the world's kind of forgotten about that. But a great basketball player, a really good basketball player. This Hornets team is nuts. So they could be sneaky. I really don't. I wouldn't want to play them. I would be disappointed if we don't win the East, but we can lose to anyone.
That's fair. It's sports. Anything can happen any given day. I do like the NBA 7-game series. The better team should win in those series. I do like when we get these series. But that is a great segue because this is what we're going to finish on tonight. We have to talk about the Pistons Hornets game. We have to talk about the fight. We got to talk about the suspensions. I'm sure if you're listening, you've already seen it, but Moussa Diabate decides he's going to be tough guy. I've never been a fan of his. Not even when he wore the maize and blue. Was never a big fan of Diabate. He decided to be tough guy and get in the face of Jalen Duren. What possesses you to get in the face of Jalen Duren, by the way?
Yeah,
Like,
did
what's
they forget he
going
went
through?
to Memphis?
Yeah, do you
a Memphis
not know who he
Tiger.
is? And all hell breaks loose. Punches getting thrown. Dude, the funniest video is it's like that certain angle, and I'm sure you guys have seen it, where
Yeah.
Miles Bridges comes in and swings. And then 2 seconds later, you just see this blue blip across the screen, and it's Isaiah Stewart running off of the bench, and he just starts throwing punches. Beef Stew suspended for 7 games. Duren got, I believe, 2. And then 4 for the others. We don't care about the Hornet suspension. So 2 for Duren, 7 for Beef Stew. Real quick, take on the fight, and then if you want to add it in there, I'm seeing kind of Piston fans split, and I want to know what side you guys land on. I'm seeing Piston fans that absolutely love this, and they're like, hell yeah, like this Detroit, the bad boys, like this is how, when the Pistons are good, this is the mentality this team has. And then I've seen other people say that they're getting sick of the Beef Stew trying to fight everybody and the tough guy mentality. They think it's going to come back to bite them at some point in the playoffs. So which side do you fall on? Take on the fight. Ty, kick us off.
I wish Duren's right hook would have landed. I love beef stew. I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. Get some fire. I mean, it's the best. It's absolutely the best. Like in every way possible, it's the best. And 7 games, I'll take it. It's the best. It's just like,
thank you.
No, I love it. It's a little bit of fire. They want to be here, and like you said earlier, in the league of people going through the motions, getting paid $50 million for it. These boys want to play. They want to be here. They want to fight. Love it. I love everything about it.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure because I couldn't agree more. Jet.
I'm going to play slight devil's advocate. Isaiah Stewart is a top 3 rim protector in the league. Top 3 rim protector in the league. I don't want to lose him for 7 games. I don't ever want to lose him for a single game. He's a huge part of the Pistons. So if you're on the bench, bud, stay on the bench because Adam Silver's stupid-ass rules, you're going to get suspended for more when you leave the bench. If he was on the court, he probably would have gotten, I don't know. I don't want to say similar suspension because he also has a repeat offender rule where every time you get in a fight, if you've been in a fight in the past, the suspension goes up. So next time he does this, it's going to be like 15 to 18 games. It's going to be crazy. And so then we're talking about losing him for, I mean, if he got in a fight before the playoffs, he wouldn't be able to play in the playoffs. That would be insane. And so do I want to lose Beef Stew for the playoffs? No. Do I ever want to lose him for a game? No. Did he need to beat Moussa Diabate's ass? Yes. Regular season bullshit for any of this? Yeah, fuck him up, dude. I love the bad boys basketball. I like the fire. And also, dude, sports are meant to feel emotions. If you're not feeling emotions in sports, it's a candy ass league. And it's one of the few, like, I don't watch baseball. It doesn't make me feel much emotion. I don't watch hockey, but goddamn last year when we dropped the gloves, U.S. versus Canada, I was ready to go to war for our country. I almost enlisted.
U.S. Canada, yeah.
Yeah, I almost enlisted. I love the passion of hating a team so much or hating somebody and ready to fight while you're getting paid tens of millions of dollars and you're just costing yourself a fortune damn near to punch this guy. I love that. That's true passion. That's what sports are all about. So am I ever going to tell him not to fight? No. But I really hope he doesn't do it around the playoff time because I do not want to lose him. And if we lose him, I think we're a much worse team.
Yeah. So I know you said you're playing devil's advocate, but I agree with you. I completely agree. Who didn't play in the Knicks series last year? Beef Stew. And who were we really missing in that series? I mean, that series could have gone differently. Dude, we had to watch B-Ball Paul.
Hey, B-Ball Paul
we had to watch
did just
B-Ball
ball out
Paul
versus
match
the
up with
Raptors.
Cat.
That's true. B-Ball Paul did just ball out against the Raptors.
He has his
yesterday.
games. He has his games. And I'm a huge B-Ball Paul fan. But yeah, I want to see Beef Stew play. So I agree with you. But I just kind of, to wrap this up, we'll leave it here. The Pistons have won 3 championships in the history of the franchise. 89-90, they won back-to-back. That was the Bad Boys. Everybody knows about the Bad Boys. They then win again in 2004. That was the going-to-work Pistons. I mean, what Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey, Malice at the Palace. Like, they were ready to go. They were ready to punch somebody in the mouth. Like, listen, this is the blueprint of the Detroit Pistons, and it's the city, and it's the mentality, and they've won 3 championships. They're only 3 championships playing this brand of basketball. I'm all for it. And Jet, I could not agree more. I wish Beef Stew beat the shit out of Miles Bridges. He did not connect on a single punch, though, but he did get him in the headlock. And I hate the headline that they're writing here, and they're like making it sound like Beef Stew is some aggressor bad guy. All he was doing was trying to go after and protect women. This guy, Miles Bridges, has felonies and has spent time in prison for beating his girlfriend, wife, and his children. And that's all Beef Stew was trying to do.
Yeah. He didn't know he was going to court. He just saw him out there.
First of all,
He
say
just
allegedly.
saw him and he said, I got to do this.
Say allegedly so we don't get sued. We do not need a
Allegedly.
lawsuit. 'Cause I don't
Alleged.
think he's ever touched a child. I'm gonna plead the fifth on the rest of it.
Wait
Because
a
I
minute.
don't know all the facts. I do not know all the facts just yet. So we'll wait for those to come out.
What's up with Miles Bridges' takedown attempt there? What's up with him going for the hips? Going for a hip drop?
Nope,
Tackle.
we're good. We're cleared.
He's not in the
2022, charged with injuring a child's parent and 2 felony counts of child abuse. We're good.
Okay. So it's not alleged, by the way. We take it back the alleged.
Yeah.
We mean
I,
it.
I'm gonna still say alleged.
I'm editing out the alleged.
And I will say, I don't know how true that article is.
Just in case.
I will say, I don't know how true that article is because 2 counts of child abuse. You ever heard of double jeopardy? Can't get charged with the same crime twice.
Oh, that. By the way, I read some story the other day that like the dude who shot the United Healthcare CEO tried to claim double jeopardy in court.
did.
Like I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
he
saw
did.
that.
He
Yeah.
did, yeah.
What is that even? What?
I saw the headline.
Come on.
And I did not read into it because I honestly couldn't give a shit. But I did laugh at that. I'm like,
No,
what
I
is-
didn't either.
Did he kill him in a past life? Like what?
Like, buddy, you might want to just do a Google search of what does double jeopardy mean before you try to bring it in to protect
We'll
yourself.
bring that. I'll be a
So-
part of the next conspiracy pod, and we'll talk about double jeopardy, the meaning.
Fantastic. Yeah, Jet, the people want you on. Ty wants to sit it out, but we will wrap up here. And just to let you guys know, I put out a poll. I didn't know if people enjoyed that, where we did a little conspiracy pod. We dove into the Epstein files.
That's
Put a poll out.
content.
The people are telling us they want a part 2. So I am hard at work. I showed Ty some of my work earlier today. I am getting real answers. I have the answer on what is going on with the Epstein files. Jet, would love to have you on that. Ty, obviously you can be on. We're probably going to do that next week. Some point next week, we'll do a live stream. We'll dive deep. I also, when we record next week, I have a very interesting Pistons topic for you guys when we record next week. We weren't able to get to it tonight, but it's very interesting. I'm excited to talk about it.
I got one thing to say.
Say it.
Just because I couldn't say it earlier. And it's been on my mind for days now. Victor Wembanyama is the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life. He is the most unstoppable human being of all time. Every time I see him, dude, because I see a lot of him here in Texas, obviously. Dude, I'm not sure how much you guys see of this guy. It's unbelievable. It's a video game he plays. But yeah, I'm sure everyone knows that. It's obvious. But
it looks fake. Even on TV.
Also, when's the last time someone was that
highly
when was the last time someone was that highly anticipated and actually is that good? Is it been since LeBron?
LeBron.
Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
That's such
and
a
Simmons was the only guy who
take.
got talked about that much. He was terrible. Who was the last guy that had this much talk around him?
I would love to hear.
And he is.
I would love to hear who else.
Every bit of it.
So many good ones.
Kyle Singler.
Caden them.
Kaminsky? You're gonna say Kaminsky, aren't you?
I said Caden them.
But I mean, but
He
Victor's
didn't have a hype like Wembanyama.
Yeah,
Luka. Maybe Luka a little bit.
Luka actually didn't even really have that much hype. He got drafted fourth.
Insane.
DeAndre Ayton was drafted above him.
I didn't hear much hype.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Who else went above him? Because was he third or fourth? Because it was Trae Young and Luka Doncic, third and fourth. It was DeAndre Ayton, and who was the other person in that draft?
Marvin Bagley.
Yes. Wow.
Ayton was 1, Marvin Bagley, yeah. Luka was 3, Jaren Jackson, Triple J went 4th.
Bro, imagine you took Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic. I mean, you took DeAndre Ayton over Luka Doncic, but Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic.
Dude, that draft
you deserve to lose your
actually.
job.
Yeah.
SGA went 11. McHale,
Well,
10,
so here's
Miles,
the thing.
12.
You do need
Michael
to think
Porter.
back to college.
Good little class.
Marvin Bagley was a dog in college.
Duke product.
But what year was that? That was like, what, 8 years ago, 7 years, 6 years ago? Like, Marvin Bagley can't make a shot outside of 3 feet. Get him 3 feet away from the basket, and he is not a weapon. Who has success like that in the NBA? Jalen
Well, I
Brown
think
a
that
little
they
bit,
were
but-
thinking they were getting the
like-
next Anthony Davis. When was Anthony Davis drafted?
It was like 15.
If you were like a big man that went to like Duke, Kentucky, or Kansas,
He's a
it was
dog,
like
yeah.
Julius Randle, Marvin Bagley, Nerlens Noel, Jabari Parker. Like Jabari Parker's different, but they wanted like a big man that went to a blue blood. That was just going to be the top consensus pick, and also foreigners weren't the move at the time. Luka like kind of paved the way, and so did Jokic.
True.
But dude, who did we get that was from overseas? Dumboya?
Darko.
Well, not Darko.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was-
that guy. I thought you were going back to the Darko draft.
No, I'm talking like Dumboya, and then who's another one? I guess Evan
Dubois,
Fournier.
Killian
like,
Hayes.
Killian was
Killian
2020.
Hayes. Yeah, Killian Hayes. So like, I don't know. There's a lot of
That
there was a
2020
lot of
draft is maybe the worst of all
overseas-
time.
Yeah, COVID had him messed up.
Oh my God, I mean,
Go off
we had
time.
Devin Vassell in the 11th. Anyone know who Devin Vassell is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's probably the best
Come
player
on.
in that draft.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he might be. And actually, I think is he still on the Spurs, or did he get
Yeah.
dealt to
No,
the
he's
Kings
still on the
in
Spurs, I
the
think.
De'Aaron Fox deal?
I think he's still on the Spurs.
Okay.
Darren was a dog.
If he went to the Kings, his career's over. But
yeah,
Yeah,
graveyard over there.
oh,
No.
crazy. You know what we need to do is we just need to have an hour-long conversation where we just bring some
Same
beers on
names?
and we just talk. We just say names, like NBA drafts. We just go through NBA drafts of old. I think we should do a full
you guys are
episode
talking
of that.
about when was Luka drafted? What year was that?
2018.
2018.
Okay. So I think this three-headed dragon of foreigners probably goes Luka, Jokic, and then the sixth overall pick in 2021 out of Australia, Josh Giddey. We all in same thing there. Three-headed dragon of foreigners. I mean, Giddey's elite.
Is
he
he?
not?
He didn't know.
I'm.
He had like
He's
half
elite
court
in a
shot
high
against
school
LeBron
hallway.
last year.
I was gonna say I'm a Giddy fan until I found out who he was dating. Now I just can't be a fan.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude. Dude, when I saw that trade, Jet, and I saw a notification that Chicago was involved, I swear to God, I thought he was coming to Detroit. I thought it was part of the package.
That would have been
And our Ivy
honestly.
trades, I'm like, dude, no way.
We'd be sitting floor. We'd be
coming
sitting
home. Oh,
courtside.
man. All right. Dude,
Yo.
we'd be right behind the bench. Yeah.
Oh my
We'd
god!
also
If
be going to the finals.
if the Bulls somehow play the Pistons, can we all agree to go? Spend a little bit of cheddar. Papa Jet,
we're there.
Jet will front most of it, but
But we're going to bet so much on Detroit, and I promise you we win.
but
We're there.
We just
We-
bet
we
bet
need
Giddey
to sit
unders,
behind
and I'll take care of
Giddey.
the rest.
and we're making the shirts. We're making the shirts.
Yeah. I'm in.
I'm telling you.
And I'm going to put this out to anybody listening right now. The next time the Chicago Bulls come to Detroit, who wants to join? We'll bring the whole BBL crew.
Yeah.
All of our fans, the BBL army will be behind that bench.
You have to
Oh, my
like,
flag's starting
comment,
to
and
fall.
subscribe.
Yeah, you're going to have to share this one. It's an expensive ticket.
Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
All right. We're going to end here. It's a good conversation. You guys were extraordinary on the Tigers talk. I wasn't much better, but I hope I can provide a little baseball talk there. Pumped to get into the Pistons. We're going to be talking a ton of Pistons moving forward down the stretch here. We got the NFL draft coming up. We're going to get the BBL Sports mock draft round 1 coming soon. And then, yeah, we also, it's been a while. We got to get back to maybe a little jersey giveaway, maybe little special live events. We'll just pay attention. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, and make sure you guys are subscribed. I never tell people to do that, but make sure you're subscribed.
Harley, your flag.
I know. It's starting to fall.
And then one thing, whether we say we're having a quick episode or not, it's always an hour plus. And the note that I wanted to end on is Jeremy Fears is innocent and a clean basketball player.
That's insane. Edit that shit out.